so many things to see.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Abzan Venture into the Dungeon pile. It's a Alchemy best of 1 deck with average converted mana cost 2.4, 22 creatures, 14 non-creatures, and 24 lands. Now, the deck revolves around all the best and most, good buffed cards within the dungeon mechanic. The deck utilizes Eye Twitch, Enshambling Ghast, and Deadly Dispute as our value machine here, because these cards obviously make, a lot of decks competitive. And the venture cards usually, they do give you value, but at the same time, you need to refuel and follow up all the time. You need card draw. Card draw is very good in any deck. So these are our value cards. They can ramp you, they can draw you, and all that. And the cards that you see here, the venture cards that you see here, are the best ones to play. Because during testing, I've tried out almost all of them, and these are the ones I was left with. These are the ones that are the only ones that are good to play, in my opinion. So these venture cards that you see here are the best ones to play. Let's get right into the list. We talked about our value package here. And now we have 4 Cloister Gargoyle. Amazing card since it was knocked down to 2 mana. And yeah, it lost 1 toughness, but the flying and the +3 is amazing. We have Precipitous Drop. Drop, my bad, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a 2 mana enchantment. It used to be 3 mana, but now it's very good. If you completed a dungeon, it kills dragons, it kills Valkyrie, it kills a whelp if you haven't completed the dungeon. So it's very good. It's a very nice addition here. Almost decent card overall, but you wouldn't play it outside of a dungeon mechanic. We talked about Deadly Dispute. We have Triumphant Adventurer, which is the second best card within the deck. Now it's a 2/1. That's the buff, and no one wants to block it, and it's for a good reason, because it's unkillable on the battlefield. The only way for it to get removed is within another card. You can't just block it to remove it. It's a massacre, so the card is very good. Our removal of choice is the best removal in today's format in Alchemy and Standard, which is Vanishing Verse. We also have Nadar, 3 copies of Nadar. It says once it enters the battlefield or attacks, venture into the dungeon, which is amazing. And plus it gives +1/+1 counters, or not counters, it just gives +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. And now we move on to the best venture into the dungeon card, in my opinion, and the one that made this deck happen, Varis. Varis you have to play. Varis is insane because it can literally speed up the whole process of venturing into the dungeon, and you can complete a dungeon so fast if you have Varis. Varis says whenever you cast a creature or a planeswalker spell, venture into the dungeon. So let's say you have Varis on the battlefield and you cast a Cloister Gargoyle. That's an instant venture twice during the same turn. Let's say it's turn 4 or 5 and you've already had Varis onto the battlefield, and now you double spell. You've double spelled last turn. Now you want to double spell this turn. You play, for example, Triumphant Adventurer, Cloister Gargoyle, or the drop, the enchantment. It's an instant +3 ventures. Instantly venture into the dungeon 3 times. That's how good Varis is. It speeds up the whole process of venture into the dungeon, and I've definitely overlooked it. The last time I played Venture into the Dungeon and I thought it wasn't good was because I definitely didn't look at this the right way. Now that I play Varis, and Varis with Nadar on top, or Cloister Gargoyle on top, or even the enchantment on top, it's amazing. Well, not the enchantment, because it's only creatures and planeswalkers. but that's why we also run Planeswalkers. Varis is a must-have, and it's the best venture into the dungeon creature or card, in my opinion. Also, it gives you a 2/2 green wolf token, creature token, once you've completed a dungeon. And that happens relatively quickly. Also, we have 2 Abendeth Dracolich just to have more flyers in the deck, and it's honestly, I didn't know what to play within the 4 drop slot. So I think this was the best option. It synergizes good within the value package here, since once you get rid of one of the tiny creatures, you can easily cast it back from the graveyard. And also, I just like the idea of it with Kaya, right? It's pretty good. We play Eliwick Tumblestrom. Eliwick is definitely good, but only good in venture decks. She's not good in any other deck. Maybe she's good with a deck that has a lot of legendary creatures in it. But the way I see it, she's very good into the deck. And if Eliwick wasn't dealt with, it speeds up the process of completing a dungeon very, very quickly. So 1 copy is really good, and 1 copy is all you need. And she's very good into a venture deck, but you can't play more than 1 copy because she doesn't protect you. She doesn't do anything for you, basically. She just speeds up the completion of the dungeon. That's all she does. So Eliwick with some blockers is very good, but more than one Eliwick can honestly just be very, very cluttery, And our top end here is Kaya. Kaya is insane here. Kaya just puts counters on our Varis, which is our prime target to put a counter on. Puts counters on our Nidar, Triumphant Adventurer, Cloister Gargoyle, because once they get removed, they go back to your hand, and you can play them again and restart even a new dungeon. So this deck speeds through dungeons and completes dungeons. Even it can complete a dungeon 3 times in a game, depending on how long the game is, of course. But you're guaranteed to complete a dungeon so quickly with this deck. You can even complete a dungeon in 2 turns with this deck, mainly because of Varis here. Varis sometimes gives you the chance to venture three times into the dungeon, depending on how much mana you have. But if you cast your cards right, you can speed through that process. So now all of a sudden the venture mechanic that is all about value is pretty good, and I was very, very surprised at how well this deck performed and how much it can win. We beat dragons, we beat one control deck that was just horrible, because all the good cards are gone, and we beat werewolves, it's crazy. The deck farms. Obviously you don't see any board wipe, you don't see Meat Hook Massacre, because our deck is not based on that. We're not based on having Meat Hook Massacre and draining our opponent. And you might look at the deck and say, oh well, how do you win? Well, attack. That's how you win. You equalize, you attack, you win. Kaya by herself can steal a game away, and everyone knows that, because if you ultimate the Kaya, it's pretty much game over. You can pretty much protect the Kaya very well because you have flyers, first of all, and you have a lot of creatures on the battlefield. This one alone stops a lot of people from attacking. No one wants to attack into this. Yes, it won't have first strike, but it's death touch, and if you value your creature, you're not going to want to attack into a death toucher. You're going to want to wait for your removal, remove the death toucher, then attack. We also run our last dungeon card, which is Dungeon Descent. It's a terrible card, but I run it mainly for the theme of the deck, and I wanted to showcase it a little. I don't know if it did get showcased within the gameplay, but I tried it out. I played it once. It was alright. I ventured once into the dungeon because of it, and I think I tapped in a Dar for it. Not all that, I wouldn't recommend playing it, to be honest, but I just wanted it to be an extra adventure card for the theme of the deck, just for the fun factor of it. Didn't really hurt us all that much. It doesn't really hurt, and the mana is pretty straightforward. You need a lot of black because, for your first 2 turns, and you need white for your first 2 turns as well. And then you need double green, for Eliwick and Varis, and also double black for Ebon Death. But that's why we have, a lot of dual lands. That makes it happen. So is pretty good. We also have a sideboard for the eye twitch in case we struggle with lands, in case we need blockers, in case we need to blow up an enchantment slash artifact, and in case we need another top end within Meat Hook Massacre, within Mascot Exhibition. So we also have removal within Necrotic Fumes, and we have one Confront the Past for our Planeswalkers, which is really, really good. So the deck is very fun. Try it out. I'm definitely not going to be covering a lot of Alchemy content. My next video is for sure going to be a standard, because I just want to see how standard is now that Epiphany is gone and now that Divide by Zero is gone as well. I can't wait to see how standard is. And yeah, my next video is going to be about standard. And yeah, I just want to cover this because I think now this is a viable strategy, and it's definitely a very fun strategy to play. Really, really fun, and it can get out of hand. So try it out. Look at the videos, watch the videos, see how it goes. The videos are so much fun. I mean, the gameplays. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you find any value within, you know, my content. I'm very appreciative, and I'm very grateful. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you next time with another video. Okay, bye. Okay, mulligan. This is significantly worse, but the lands are okay, I guess, you know. I'm keeping this. We have removal. We have Eliwick as well, which, not that it matters, but play this first. So this pretty much has to be on green, right? He played something red. Am I gonna remove something with the Vanishing Verse? Is that ever going to happen? I don't want to. Not yet. Probably next turn, since Eliwick is a 4-drop, but he has nothing. Probably dragons, right? So if it's dragons, we are gonna play this and cast that. We have Eliwick next turn. Eliwick can search for our legendary creatures. Yeah, so it's a dragon deck. That's fine. People still play dragons? That's very surprising. Let's see. Gargoyle. Probably just play Eliwick, to be honest, right? Yeah. We can start venturing. We can venture a lot, but I think I want to play Eliwick here, and I'm not gonna attack with the adventurer. Okay, so another gargoyle. I think I'm going to keep the gargoyles, right? Because they're flyers.
I love making new friends.
But we're probably playing one gargoyle next turn, and then we're keeping up Vanishing Verse, or we're playing Vanishing Verse. I expect a Town Raiser Tyrant, so I also want to keep one up for a Goldspan Dragon or a Adult Gold Dragon. This card is good against Adult Gold Dragon, but once we've completed a dungeon, so next turn I think we can complete a... not really. Nope, never mind. Okay, so Eliwick is gone. He creates a treasure token. Alright, probably just play one, honestly, and keep up Vanishing Verse. Alright, let's pick this. Scry. Let's see what happens here. Yep. You just know it's a 4 of Gold Span, 4 of Town Razor Tyrant. You know. He's going to complete a dungeon before I do. That's kind of crazy. That's fine. Varis. Play this. Venture into the dungeon. Yeah. Put a +1/+1 counter on this one. No tax. Next turn, I think we... next turn we unlock a lot of things, right? So Varis was definitely a good draw. We also have removal for the dragon next turn. It's a -5/-5. Unless his dragon was Inferno of the Star Mounts or whatever it's called. You know, that 6/6 dragon. So I think it's good. Okay. I mean, his deck just sucks. His deck is absolutely terrible. Yeah, you can attack. So if it's just Nadar, yeah, he draws a card. Okay. So I'm going to use this just so he won't target it again with the Angel Fire Ignition. Yeah, probably just use it now. Draw a card. And now we can start attacking. Yeah, he has Den of the Bugbear, and yes, he probably has like hasty dragons, but we have to start applying some pressure, right? Also, I can Deadly Dispute the Goblin, so I can play another Gargoyle as a blocker, which I think I'm going to do now. Or we can just hold up Vanishing Verse, which I think I'm going to do. Another Gold Span. Okay. Take away the Gold Span. Vanishing Verse is just the best removal. Okay. Orb. Orb is fine. Venture into the dungeon. We can do this all over again, which I think I'm going to do. When we get to scry, exile the top 2 cards, create skeletons. I think I'm going to use this. Scry, Shambling Ghast can go away. Create a red goblin. Okay, now we're racing. Boros is usually known to run that one Divine Purge card, you know, that targets 3 or less creatures, that exiles them, which can be kind of problematic, but not really a problem for us necessarily. So yeah, Moonveil Regent, sure, and removal, since he's holding priority. Yeah, it seems like it. Okay. Alright. Probably just go all in here. He has removal, he blocks one, but that leaves him pretty much dead. next turn. Unless he can swing back heavy. So yeah, he's thinking about killing the hive. Oh, you're not killing the hive. Alright, we take Angel Fire Ignition. We have to go all in here, right? He blocks the Varis probably, or the Gargoyle. Yeah, one of the Gargoyles, sure. But that's lethal. Good game. And that's how you do it against dragons. They suck. Alright, no turn 1 gassed, but that's okay, I guess. We got the Gargoyle. We got Ebb and Death. We got, yeah, I think that's fine. Considering, you know, got all of our colors, which is good. Champion of the Perished. Yep. That's going to get out of hand. Okay. No zombie, that's good. Deadly Dispute on the Champion of the Perished. That is fine by me. Honestly. That's really good. What do we want most? I think the Shambling Ghast. We want to hit the Shambling Ghast with the Deadly Dispute the most, so that we get treasures, right? But if he plays like a Jadar or a Champion of the Perished again, I'll take the -1/-1. Power word kill, okay. Create a treasure token. He doesn't know that we have a... Yeah, I'm gonna play Varis. Probably the Eye Twitch as well. Just so we can venture into the dungeon. I'm going to scry. Cave, go away. Although it is land, but not cave. I don't want a tapped land. So he can probably... Oh, he can't kill Varis this turn. That's good. That's very good for us. Okay, Fell Stinger. Sure. Okay, now what? That's very sad for you. Just so I won't Deadly Dispute anything? That's fine. I'm going to get the Pest Summoning. I also like Nadar. Yeah, let's go with Nadar here. Create the Goblin or a treasure token. Although I wouldn't hate to... But yeah, let's just get the treasure token down, since we're not drawing any lands. Also, we can... Till your next turn. Sure. This way we can attack with Varis. Yeah, Varis is not going to die because it's not been dealt damage. So that's good for us, right? He's pretty far from killing both of these. But it seems like he runs a lot of removal, right? Which sucks for him currently. We've got options. We've got options. Probably just run out a Gargoyle here. Draw a card. Hopefully a untapped land. Nice. What do we want? let's go for the zombie, right? Pass. We have Deadly Dispute, which I'm not going to use right now. We're not in need of any draw. Next turn we have Kai out, and I'll probably put the counter on Varis, so that's good. A deck like this, you know, zombie, Cursebound Witch, and tons of removal can't be good. But yeah, since he went ahead and did that, I'm going to make that easy for him. And we're going to draw. Okay, another farmland. Let's run out the Kaya. Yeah, do that. Discard the land. Do you want to discard anything? Probably, since he's taking damage, right? Okay, I guess he values his cards.
If the job is wrong, you're not like a spirit.
I'm going to play another gargoyle here. We don't need the mana anymore. Unless they sacrifice. Sure. Let's force him to take some damage, right? Do we want to kill the wolf? Probably not. We need another black source for the ebb and death. But it doesn't really matter. Like, who cares? We're about to finish our second dungeon this game. And the deck sucks, right? He took the damage. Do you value your cards that much? You're almost dead. Jadar, yeah. You're regular. So, can we kill him? Yes, we can. Exile that. Good game. He can only block one, probably blocks this, and then 5 damage, that's game. So nice, we could have even finished a dungeon this turn as well, so that's good. Alright. Yeah, this has to be a keep, right? We're missing another green, but it's okay. We keep this. Dragons. Let's play the Shambling Ghast. Okay. Let's play the drop. Man, the nerf on the whelp is just insane, right? Eliwick. We do need more removal against dragons, right? So Eliwick is not the answer right now. Nice, he's struggling. He's really struggling. Play double eye twitch, or maybe the gargoyle. Yeah, just the gargoyle. Create a treasure token. Sure. And another orb. So yeah, so he has Town Razor Tyrant next turn, right? But we also, let's try to speed it up, like our dungeon process. And sure. Yeah, just attack with these. That's fine. Town Razor Tyrant. Sure. Decline. Let's take that damage for a bit, only for a bit. Only for a little bit. Okay. Let's get another green. Let's draw a card. Another land. We have to apply pressure, right? So do I care about Varis? We have to apply pressure. It doesn't matter. We have to take advantage of him just struggling on lands, right? And playing really slow. A predator. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, he's attacking. Okay. Alright. Take action. Yep. I think the predator is holding priority. Yeah. So take action, since we already have another white source, and it seems like all we're drawing are lands. Let's get as much value as possible before Varis dies, before he blocks it with the predator, but we just go all in again here. Ventures into the dungeon. Yeah, opponent here just hates it, right? Roping us to oblivion. To be fair, like, you know, he drew only 2 lands, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, you're playing a terrible deck. You're still trying to make it work. You know, now the deck is terrible because of the whelp. And I think we go with the Tomb of Annihilation here. Put him down at 8. Venture into the dungeon. Each player, unless they discard a card. Yeah. Okay, sure. We discard this, a land. 4, 7. Yeah, I think this is game. He has to block the Varis here. But even if he blocks the Varis, this is 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so he's left at 1 life. 1 life. Can he do anything to survive here? Or can he kill us, more importantly? No. Good game. Alright, this sucks, but we have to keep it. I'm wondering if I should go to 25 lands just because we run 3 colors. But at the same time, like, we lose value easily with this deck, right? So we just need to have more spells. We can't just be drawing land after land after land. It seems like all we're playing against are dragons. Like, how is that still a thing? I don't get it. Lands are good now for Varis. Oh, okay. So blue, red what? Control? Is that still a thing? So divide by 0 is still in sure. Divide by 0 is still in Alchemy. Okay. Yeah, it does seem like control, but Lear's gone, right? So why are you playing this deck? Lear is basically gone. Let's see what we can do. I am gonna play Varis next turn. We have Kaya next turn as well. Kaya is a good combination with the Varis, because no matter what they do to the Varis, we can just kill it. Oh, so it is dragons. That's fine. Decline. Create a treasure token, I guess. Right, since we're going to lose land.
There's no job.
Exile that. We're certainly applying pressure, so that's good. Gold span is terrible for us here, but... So he's playing Teamer. Teamer Dragons? Nothing. Maybe it is like Teamer control. So decline for now. Nice. Play... Yeah, put the counter on the Varis, even though it's going to get removed, I feel like. We can complete a dungeon this turn.
Don't worry.
So play the gargoyle. Sure. Pick this. We draw a card. Nice. This has to be the best dungeon, right? But I'm scared of a board wipe. A board wipe really scares me. So I'm not gonna invest. I'm not going to invest into the board, because we still don't know like what deck he's playing. Galvanic Iteration. That's fine. You're still playing Divide by Zero. Alright, yeah, so he takes that out, sure. And Kaya, nice. Thank you for putting more loyalty counters on the Kaya. Okay. We still play the gargoyle here. Yeah. Let's start with this one. And we pass. This way we hold up Vanishing Verse. So they're still running Divide by Zero. Okay. Okay, so copy the Environmental Sciences. Sure. Gain some life. You are going to get punished next turn. That's for sure. The thing is, he has lands to discard, so it's fine. Decline. That's fine. Sure. Let's cast this. Good game. Yeah, so he either discards his hand or he loses life, and in every case we win. So good game.
Ready for adventure! There are so many things to see! I hope we discover something new.